Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team Career Mode with Ferrari. We're fast approaching the halfway point of Season 5 tonight. It's time to head to Spain. So, round 10 tonight, we're heading to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. We have 4 days to go until the Grand Prix. We also have a little bit of cash burning a hole in our pocket right now, 4.7 mil, and we have a sponsor plan that we need brought out. So we'll get that started first of all. Take a look. We have no mandatory activities today, so we're looking at 3 mil at the end of this 6-week period. Let's start plotting in some activities, shall we? So we'll send out Tim, and that on its own is good enough. Just looking at the other options that are in there as well. Yeah, that's it. We'll just send out Tim. Very nice. Right, so did we get anything into production as we ended? I can't remember. No, we didn't. So we have 3 days until the new underfloor can go into production. So we can start that just before we head to Spain. We also have some parts going through. Let's see. 2 days' time, we'll have another chassis. And then we'll have that spare underfloor in a day. Damn it. Looks like we might not need... Well, no, it's Spain. We might need it anyway. And then we have a spare side pod that'll drop just after Barcelona as well. Okay. Let's take a look at our facilities. Let's finally refurb the factory. I was toying with the idea of bringing in Gabriele Mini, but it's a bit late in the season already, unfortunately. So I'm a bit loath to swap drivers this late into a season. Bit of a shame that we couldn't do that at the start of the year, but he just signed a new contract with McLaren, so that made that an impossibility, unfortunately. Right, we are almost done then improving our facilities. Now, are they still grumbling about the condition of facilities? Let's have a look at the report. Yes, they are low facility condition. So that will go away. They're still a little grumbly about car performance. Unhappy with facilities in general. I don't think they're that bad, really. And they're very unhappy with the drivers. Well, signing Mini wouldn't really have made much difference there. Yeah, I mean, we're level 3, level 2 across the board here. I mean, yeah, we're not super high level on the facilities, but they're good enough at the moment. Team Hub and Race Hub, I could do with getting those up a little bit more. How much would that cost? 3.5 mil. It's a little expensive. What I do want to do is I want to get another project underway. We've got 1.9 mil. So let's take a look. We've just done a brand new chassis, haven't we? So let's see. Front wing. How's the front wing looking? 13th, 12th and 13th. 15th and tyre wear. It's not really an issue on the front. Airflow sensitivity is pretty good. So the front wing's not bad. It's a mid-pack front wing. Let's take a look at the rear wing. Really good on drag reduction. Mid-pack everywhere else. What about the side pods? That's a new Mark III, so we've just done that. Got a new underfloor about to drop. So what about the suspension? Oh, yeah, the suspension is still appallingly bad. So, okay, we know what we need to develop. We need to develop a brand new suspension. We are 7 days away from hours. Do I wait for the hours? Wait a week. How you doing, Esparza? How you doing, Victor? Good to see you guys. Hello to everybody else lurking in the chat. Let's see. Let's see what kind of gains I can get just on a standard with no hours. Take a little bit of weight out. Negligible. And there isn't really anywhere that I could overwork to get major improvements there, apart from the tyre wear. And even that's only a couple of percent. I think we might need to wait for hours for the suspension. In that case, let's do maybe a front wing. Let's take a look. Got enough money for it, just. Let's go a little bit more extreme on this one, I think, in terms of the weight. So that'll give me a little bit of extra low and medium speed performance and slightly improve my dirty air. Alright, let's do a new front wing. There we go. Because the front wing's kind of okay. It's mid-pack at the moment, but the suspension needs a lot of work. So we'll need to drop pretty much all of our hours onto that, I think. And that's pretty much clean me out of cash again. Oh, right before the underfloor was supposed to be made. I'm an idiot. What an idiot. Damn it. All right. I can claw back a little bit of cash. Hopefully. Let's take one of those chassis off. There we go. At least I've got enough money to now start the new underfloors. As soon as that design is complete. Just means I won't have 2 spare chassis. I'll only have the 1, I think. Oh no, I won't have any spare chassis. So we're just got to be careful we don't break a chassis at Barcelona. There we go. Let's start building this new underfloor. I've got enough money for 1. I think. Yeah, 400k. So drop that in. There we go. All right. Ready for Spain. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be a wet one. It's going to be a wet one. It's going to be quite cool as well compared to normal temperatures. Track abrasive is still quite high, so we could still see, depending on whether it rains the whole race or not, we could still see stops for new rounds of inters. I don't know if we will do that. We might gamble and stay out. I'll have to see what the pace looks like, pushing against not pushing. Because the dirty air, again, will help overheat those tyres as well. All right, our scouts aren't doing anything at the moment, are they? No, they're not. Let's start taking a little nosy at some of the other drivers. So Oscar is the highest rated driver overall. Kimi's ranked number 3, Max sandwiched in between them. Let's see how George is doing on his return to Formula One, driving for Aston. See what kind of mentality he's in. Sainz had a contract at the end of the season, as is Yuki. Wow, there's quite a few drivers out of contract at the end of the season. most of the grid. It seems in some way, shape, or form is out of contract at the end of the season. Max is out of contract at Williams. Oh, that'd be interesting to see where he goes. I'm going to scout him because I am curious to see if he is willing to stay with Williams at the end of the deal or whether he thinks about moving on to a new team. It could be a seat opening up at Mercedes. Sainz is out of contract. I think Sargent's out of contract as well. He could end up going back to Red Bull because we go all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. There is Ludwig Nagel. I want to scout him as well. I can't see his contract getting renewed. So could we see Max go back to Red Bull and team with Leclerc? That would be interesting. And that's the last of my scouts, I think. Fuji's a top 10 driver. Yeah, he is. He's come on really, really well, which is another reason why I decided not to get rid of him. And he's still in very high development rate as well. So, you know, he's coming along very, very nicely. These are boosted stats because of his mentality, but we now have 100 showing on 3 of those stats. So he is continuing to develop very, very nicely indeed. Let me have a look at changing his training, perhaps. Let's see. He's on wheel-to-wheel at the moment. We need to focus on braking and overtaking if we can. See, there doesn't seem to be any point leaving him in wheel-to-wheel because 2 of the stats are already maxed. Let's put him onto short-run pace. We can work on his adaptability, accuracy, and braking. If his cornering hits 100, that's a nice little bonus. Evening, Dino. All right. I think we're ready to get started. Let's pop some targets, shall we? Oh, wait. Now, let me check the cars. Yeah, there we go. We can put that chassis on there. Both on the same front wing. Should both be on the same rear. Same side pod. Yes. Both on the old underfloor because the new one's just started today. And both on the right shell of suspension. So, how is the car looking? 11th, 9th, 12th, 15th, 13th, 14th, 14th. Still mid-pack. I am staying with Fuji, yeah. I just didn't want to change the driver at this weird point in the season. I might readdress it at the halfway point of the season, but I mean, he's been doing a solid job, and he is the higher rated of the 2 drivers, so it feels wrong to kind of kick him out for a rookie who is not rated as highly. Even if the rookie is Italian. All right, race targets. 16th for Fuji and 18th for Zhou. That's the other thing. Yeah, Mini's only at a high rate of development at the moment, whereas Fuji's in very high still. So, and we're not going to be here for another year, I don't think. I think we'll be retiring this campaign at the end of this season.
Here in Barcelona. The first Grand Prix held here was won by Nigel Mansell after a wheel-to-wheel battle with Ayrton Senna. But who will follow in his footsteps this weekend? In the last round, we saw the perfect blending of strategy and performance lead to a well-earned win. But can they pull it off again here? Stay with us then for what should be an exciting weekend.
All right. Let's see. Do I have parts I need to swap out? Yes, I do. So we'll start with that. Let's stick with the same ERS. Oh, I keep hitting that one. There we go. Engine. Let's put the older engine in. I'm going to give rookies a run again. So it's normally, I think, how many laps? Normally 20 laps around Barcelona. We've got new parts to learn on the car. So let's go with 25. See if that's enough. And for Joe, again, we need to swap out. Really hope we don't break one of those new chassis, because we do not have that spare yet. Not going to have it for the next race unless there's a 2-week gap either, and I think it's back to... no, it might be a gap. I think there is a gap. Because next race is going to be Austria, then it's Silverstone. We might be in the middle of a triple header, I'm not sure. Pace settings, let's drop those down. And let's do some setup. So, quite a high downforce circuit. Quite high on both front wing and rear wing. Not fully maxed out, but pretty high on both. We're going to start with an 8 on the front wing. We're going to go 14.5 on the rear. Roll bar can fluctuate quite dramatically, anywhere from 5, very, very occasionally more, usually up through a 6.4, 7.3, 8.2, even occasionally a 9.1. I'm going to start with an 8.2 on this one, I think. We'll just put a little bit more camber and a little bit more toe on. Keep them fairly central on this setup. And let's move over to the second car. We're going to go a little bit different on this one. I'm going to go with an 8.5 on the front. I'm going to drop the rear wing down slightly to a 14. I'm going to go to 7.3. And then we'll add a little bit more camber and we'll push the toe up all the way up to a 9.95. And we want 25 laps of fuel. And with that, I think we are ready to go. Ride the helicopter for the outlap. So we have some rookies running again. Oh, I was going to run the rookies, wasn't I? Never mind. It's too late now. Next race is Austria as a sprint. Silverstone then. Maybe we'll run them at Silverstone. So we've got Ollie Behrman in for McLaren. Kasper Stuka is in for Mercedes. Freddie Vesti is getting a run out at Alpine. Bortoletto getting a run at Williams. Dino Beganovic running for Haas. And Mansell is getting a run out at FedEx. Still has that core of Australian rookies. And there we go. There's all that. Let's see how we do.
How's the tire, you think? Tires at the moment are on low side.
Okay, not the best start for Fuji, 76%, but workable. 97% for Zhou, though. We got that one pretty close.
Okay. How's the tire temperature? Try to work a bit more on tires now.
And that is the end of our first run. So we're looking 30% plus setups. Not bad. 68. Yeah, that could do with a bit more. Might send them out for another run here. So we're missing on the front and the rear. Let's try a 9, a 14, a 6, 4. We're going to have to dial back the gap with pushing the camber up. Let's go with maybe a touch more. Let's go with a 3.4 and then pull that back up to balance that out. Give that a go. See if that works. We just need one small change for Zhou. It's the front wing. I'm going to try pushing the front wing up, I think, and then balance that by bringing that back down. Maybe drop that. I'm going to leave it where it is for now. We can always tweak that a bit further if we need to. And that's it for this session. So we'll just keep time on full speed now. But Ganovich has got a fault developed in, is that Lawson's car? I think it's Lawson still driving there, isn't it? So that will be a part that gets swapped out for the next session. It's the engine. Yeah, so that'll be a nice shiny new engine in there for Liam Lawson. Probably going to run a little bit longer on the next session, actually. Might go for 30 laps on the mediums. With it being potentially quite a wet race as well, then we won't have quite as much of a worry about tyre considerations going into the race. It means we can potentially be a bit more aggressive with our tyres in quali as well, if we need to. A good quali would really help. Given our lack of overall pace, we saw how much we kind of struggled a little bit at times in Montreal when it rained there. Kimmy looking quick. I don't think Kimmy's changed his engine yet. Is he still running that old engine? Oh no, he has changed his engine. So who was it who hadn't changed his engine? Where is Mansell. Mansell's got a new engine in for Oscar's car. Was it? It's not Charles. Charles had the new engine in the last race. Now he's got a brand new gearbox as well. Alright, so the front runners all have new engines in. Okay. That's going to push the pace a bit more. So let's go with a little bit more fuel in this one. Let's go 30 laps. Just try and get that car knowledge up a little bit more. Let's see how we do in this session.
Green light.
See, the car is at risk of developing faults now. Hence the little red light next to our car logo. Moderate risk of a fault on the engine. Same for the gearbox. But we are just running these parts to exhaustion levels. That's all they're good for now. Yet to see Lawson set a lap time. With that nice shiny new engine of his. Oh, there we go. Now he's out. And he's immediately a fair bit quicker than Checo, who has damage, or is that a fault that's developed on one of his parts? That's damage, so he's probably damaged his underfloor. It's really easy to do around the circuit. It's why I built that spare underfloor even with the new ones coming. Alright, feedback time. 97%. Big improvement for Fuji. It's not quite there, but it's pretty damn close. What about Joe? Did we go the right way or the wrong way? Went the right way. Should have made the little toe alteration. That's alright, we can do that when we get back. So 36% plus setups. That's going to be a nice little bit better. We're looking at a 49% boost for Joe, 48% for Fuji for what they have right now. So about what, 85% at the moment. We haven't really got much we can gain from the setups now, so it's all now about car part knowledge and track time. What are my expectations for today's race? Podium? No. Points? I hope so. Yeah, we should be able to get both cars into the points. But having said that, let's keep them out a little bit longer. It's a wet race, so I don't know. Pace wasn't there in the wet last time we raced in wet weather, so honestly not really sure. I'd like to think we can get both cars into the points. I don't know how comfortably we'll be in the points, but we should be getting both in the points, I would like to think. If I can get a top 5 finish, I'll be happy with that, I think. So there we go. That's the change I debated making and then ruled against, and would have got it right if we had made that change. But that's Joe done for this session. Fuji now done as well. It is the front wing. I'm going to go up on the front wing. And this time I will make that little toe correction. And you watch, I'll have made the wrong choice by doing that. It's always the way. It's always the way. I make the correction and I go out by 1%. I don't make the correction and I'm out by 1%. But we're done for this session as well. So one session to go. We need 8%. And we can get that with a 20-ish lap run, I think, pretty comfortably in the final session. Kimmy looking quick again. In my own time, I am running a new season starting from day one. I added in a couple of custom drivers, Scott McLaughlin, Colton Herter, and who was the other one? I can't remember who the third one was. But I shortened the calendar to 19 races with no sprints. I balanced out the aero testing for everybody, so everybody gets the same allowances. Pushed the cost cap up to 150 mil, and 3 engines, 3 ERS, 3 gearboxes. Or was it 2 ERS? I can't remember. And it's proving to be tricky because everybody has the same amount of development every month. So I think that's the new challenge, is to keep the development rates flat, because then you don't have that advantage over the top teams. You don't haul them in anywhere near as quickly. I have 1 point so far after, and that was a lucky point. I just haven't had the pace at all. That was, I think I've got no fastest lap bonus point, but I have got a point for pole position, and I got really lucky with a pole position, which is where my bonus point came from, and then I immediately plummeted down the order during the Grand Prix. So yeah, I mean, that's what we're going to do when we do a new campaign, which will be on the PC. There might be a little delay between this series ending and the new one starting. I'm going to be creating a whole load of not just custom drivers, but custom engineers as well, custom heads of aero. Bring in some of the people that we know are in the sport that we just never see in this game, or people that were in the sport but have moved on. For example, David Sanchez. We'll bring him in. We'll bring in the people who are actually at Alpine, given that both Matt Harmon and was it De Boer both resigned before last season even began. Bring in Loic Serra. We'll bring in the actual race engineer at Ferrari, given that Xavi isn't there anymore. Or at least not as a race engineer. I think he's still with the team. We'll do all sorts of things.
Yeah, copy.
So we'll have a nice selection of drivers that we can add in, as well as, proper technical staff. And we'll play about with the lineups a little bit. We'll change the calendar. I'll probably throw up a couple of polls as well to determine things like whether we have sprints, and if so, how many. The calendar will probably be based on a slightly more historical calendar. So in terms of the order of some of the races. Some of them will be a little out of position as well compared to where they normally are at the moment. And of course, we'll have that ability to shuffle the calendar every season as well. I am curious if shuffling the calendar swaps out. If you've gone with, if someone could test this for me, I'd be hugely grateful. Or if someone knows anyone who has tested it, if shuffling the calendar when you've got a reduced number of Grand Prix actually replaces one track with one that wasn't there the previous season. I'd love to know that in advance. Look at that. See, I made the correction and I shouldn't have done. I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't when it comes to that. I make it and it's wrong. I don't make it and it's wrong. Never win when it comes to that. But there we go. We are at 100% with Joe. We know which way we need to go with a toe there. So we're effectively at 100% with both cars. Now we just need to get the driver prep up to 50-ish%. And we've got enough time to do that. Let's go 1 more %. There we go. There we go. There's the 1% correction that we needed. There we go. That's done. Ran out of fuel, apparently. I told him to come in and he didn't. Oh well. Won't affect him. He's still going to be at 100%. It won't have damaged the car. Because that would be brilliant if you took 6 races out and had an 18 race calendar, for example, and then you shuffle whether some of those 6 races that you took out replace some of the races that you had the previous season. That would be interesting to go to different venues each season.
There's a yellow flag now. So we're heading now
Ludwig
into turn 5.
Having a little whoopsie there
And the
at turn 5.
lost. And I wonder, could they have done
Just
anything
sticks his
about
backside
that?
in the gravel. And then quickly drives away, hoping no one noticed. We all saw it. And Kimi is quickest again, but Yuki's up there. I wonder, is this going to be a Kimi Antonelli weekend? Piastri is much better in the wet than Kimi, I think. So, be interesting to see. Evening, Sam. You're just in time for quali.
Hello and welcome to the much anticipated qualifying session.
Teams often bring upgrades to Barcelona, so the qualifying order could be a little shaken up. cars need to be well balanced in both high and low speed corners to set a good lap here.
We can see the Ferrari driver there, Karun. How do you think they're going to be feeling heading into qualifying?
It hasn't been a great showing from the team's drivers so far. Neither will want to be left behind, and I'm sure they'll both be looking to pull ahead today.
There's not much left to say, so let's get into it.
Well then, shut up, Crofty. Do us all a favour. All right. Engine parts. We need to swap those out. No, not that. This might be the last race we use this ERS for. Might retire it to practice status after this. We still have 2 more. So let's not take an unnecessary risk of a fault developing. We are good to send them out. So off we go into Q1.
2, 1, green at the moment.
Let's see who else is coming out. We've got Albon, Perez, and Gasly and Ocon. See if anyone drops out right in front of us.
Position is okay.
More likely to happen to Zhou than it is to Fuji. Second Alpine coming out, that's Stoffel. And here comes Teo.
Gap for the car ahead is okay. No push when you're ready.
Pull out the way, pull out the way. Thank you. Alright, should be a clean lap for both drivers from here on in. Joe does have the edge at the moment. Again, that's probably down to braking. We know Fuji's weakness is his braking stat. So 1:10.8. Wow, 9/10 of a second almost. That's a big gap. Very big gap.
Over the line, more charge, more charge.
He's still struggling a bit with the ERS battle. When is it best to use it? When is it better to not use it? You're generally a little bit faster if you don't use it when you don't have any traffic around you. So if you're just running in clean air, you haven't got anyone behind you, it's quicker to not use it. If you're wanting your teammates to leapfrog each other, don't use it. If you're running them in sequence so that they can keep swapping places in DRS zones, don't use it, because they will try and defend against each other using that. The main real benefit of ERS battle is if you're close to another car. So it'll help your driver. They'll keep a little bit of extra battery in reserve and deploy it at a position where they might be, threatened with an overtake. It's not so useful for going forward. You're better off just going to deploy if you're trying to overtake someone. But if you end up side by side with someone, then it can help in that. It can kick in that situation. But generally, like I said, if I'm attacking, I have it turned off. If I'm defending, I have it turned on. And if I'm running in clean air, I just have it turned off. Wow, Joe, actually, I was about to say, is top of the table at the moment, and I didn't even get the chance to finish the sentence. Thank you so much for that, Sonoda. Right, let's ride with Fuji this time. As one of the Saubers goes through, that is Valtteri. I think that's Sonoda on an in-lap in front of me. Which means he'll pull out of the way, potentially. Or at least he won't hold us up anyway. Yeah, it's Sonoda. Off we go. I think Joe's already safe, but we'll see if he improves on this lap. I'd be surprised if he does, but he might do. We need an improvement out of Fuji, though. Valtteri should pull out of the way for us here. And does so. Thank you, Valtteri. Iwasa on an outlap in front of us as well. Should get him on the run to turn 9. Turn 10. Yeah, there we go. Personal bests in the first 2 sectors for Fuji. Joe's improving as well. Oscar goes up to P2. Across the line for Fuji. And he jumps all the way up to 2nd. Joe. Now Joe goes 2nd, and that is us safe.
Okay, Joe, you are in a good position.
So we can speed time up. Kimi is about to start his flying lap. He's got some traffic, but I want to watch this because he was quick all through practice.
Can stop in your pit stop position.
He's got some traffic to contend with on this lap. Slow move McLaren up ahead might potentially cause an issue at the end of the lap. Haas gets out of the way. Is that Norris on an outlap? I think it is. Yes, it is. And Norris now kicks into high gear, but did he slow down Piastri there? I think he is. He'll get a slipstream across. Oh, no. He has to bail out. That's not great for Antonelli. But he still goes P2. I think Antonelli would have gone top there if he hadn't encountered Norris. And it screwed up the start of Norris's lap as well, so it won't be a great lap for Norris. Let's see where he ends up on the timings. '19th, yeah, he lost all that speed coming out the final turn to start the lap. Huge amount of momentum to lose. It's such a long straight that if you aren't flat through the final corner, then you're screwed. Charles Leclerc is currently in danger. Gets himself up to P9. He's safe, but he's not amazingly quick. Nagel is currently going through. What about George Russell? Can he improve? Now Nagel's dropping down. Russell goes up to P8. Big improvement for him. Norris has got himself through. What about Gasly? Williams not quite as quick as it was last year, but still a pretty handy car. Gasly's out. So we're going to say goodbye to Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Sergio Perez, Ludwig Nagel, Logan Sargent and Stoffel Van Dorn at the end of Q1. All right, moving into Q2, we'll do our first run on scrubs.
Okay, spin now.
Joe getting held for Carlos Sainz and Lance Stroll there. Got Charles Leclerc coming out early as well. Now Porsche is coming out too. That looks sketchy as. Yeah, it does. Sometimes you do have to pull over in really weird places. If you do ever get pulled over like that, I have seen it a few times on this track. I think it happened to us last year. It completely ruins your lap. And that's Stroll making a mistake at low speed. I wonder if that was deliberate to try and get the slipstream. Or is he just that bad a driver?
The brakes couldn't cope. Just unable to control the car by that point.
Yeah, it looked a bit sus. That could be a bit of both. That could be him being a crap driver and trying to get the slipstream from us. He's going to be all over the back of show into turn one.
Clear. When you're ready, more push, more push.
Oh no, Fuji's locked up. Well, that lap's screwed. Luckily, it was only scrubs.
Now we can see what happened. We're watching the Ferrari. Oh, all right so far. And the car fails to respond.
Yeah,
and
just
they
pinched
ended
his
up
tyres.
passenger.
That has ruined them now. Look, 58%. It should be the same as Joe's. Well, if Stroll was looking to get himself a really good lap, it joke's on him, because we're on pretty rough tyres. His tyres aren't that much better than ours. Oh, that's because he locked up and damaged his tyres as well. Let's see if he tries to stick it up the inside here. On your custom calendar, you save, you forced Aston to drop Stroll and take Drukovic. Yeah, I just went with the 25 lineups. So, put Bortoletto in at Sauber.
Okay, Joe, now watch your Delta.
Behrman at Haas. Antonelli at Mercedes. Antonelli's really struggling as a 17-year-old driving that Mercedes. Oh, I changed it to 2,000 points as well, so it was like 10 for a win. Only the top 8 places pay points. All right, fresh tyres for both. Ah, damn it. I'm going to go out behind Valtteri. Didn't want that. I'm going to get out in front of Piastri here.
Watch behind.
All right, don't destroy these tyres, please, Fuji. You're going to need to probably do another run on these tyres. Antonelli crosses the line, sets the early benchmark of a 110.3. Albon's time is currently the cut-off, but that is very slow compared to Antonelli, so that will tighten up considerably as the session progresses. More likely to be Iwasa's time, maybe even George's time as the cut-off. Evening, Wayne.
Gap ahead is okay. Okay, go for it.
I think we're slower than Valtteri here. Yeah. Fuji closer to Zhou this time. Zhou does not improve in the second and third sectors, so does not improve overall. Piastri goes top, just from Kimi. We are going to need to run again. So Zhou is currently in the danger zone. Fuji already well into the drop zone. But we do have peak confidence with Fuji, so good chance that we can squeeze a little bit more out of him this lap. Zhou also in peak confidence, so hopefully he can find a bit more on this lap.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of traffic.
Track is clear.
Most of the cars in front of us there are on flying laps, but there are some slow cars in the mix. And they're close together, which means there's a good chance that at least one of them's going to catch us out. At least we beat the second McLaren into the turn there. The other one should pull out the way here. Nope. Damn it, we got blocked. Oh, this is not a good place to catch somebody. Oh, just about got away with that. Threading the needle there for Fuji. It's going to be a bad end to the lap for Zhou. He is not safe. He's likely to get knocked out. Well, yeah, just a bit. Oh, god damn.
Copy, we notice.
Well, at least we ruined that Red Bull lap. Or the RB lap. Zhou just has snuck through. It was Stroll that we screwed over there, so just desserts for Stroll. I was already through though. Damn it. So are we going to make it through with Zhou here? Fuji is probably safe.
Joe, you're in a good position for the moment.
There's only two cars that can knock us out. Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon.
Copy.
Albon does not improve, so it's all down to Carlos Sainz.
Don't know yet, Joe. Copy, man.
Is there enough pace in that Mercedes? Can he negotiate his way through the traffic? I.e. us, without losing any time. Come on, Joe. This is your position. You're defending there. Ah, he just pulls over and lets him through. Damn it. No improvement in the middle sector for Sainz. Yeah, he's getting held up behind the Ferrari. Fuji got the memo. Sainz does not improve enough. He only finds a couple of tenths. So we just sneak both cars through into the top 10. We're going to say goodbye to George Russell, Liam Lawson, Alex Albon, Max Verstappen, and Ayumu Iwasa, along with Carlos Sainz here at the end of Q2. We have managed to sneak both Ferraris into Q3. Once again, we are going to start on a set of scrubs. This will not be a quick lap, so we'll just whiz through. Stroll getting in the way of Joe.
So
And now Joe's spun out.
I'm okay, yeah. Copy.
Spins out the turn 7-8 chicane.
Yeah, I spun.
Hopefully he hasn't damaged the underfloor, doing that to the curbs. And he's screwing over Oscar Piastri here. I need him to finish the lap, though, because I need him to get that confidence up a little bit more. Ready for the new tyres. There we go. It's not where he should be. He should be about there, but 6.7 seconds off. On the plus side, it does mean that Piastri is only just fractionally quicker than Fuji, but that's about to change dramatically. There we go. Yuki's gone top. We're going to go out nice and early here to try and get a clear track for what is going to be our one remaining run. And Piastri's coming out again as well. Porsche leaving the pits in front of us. Shouldn't be an issue for Joe, but might be an issue for Fuji.
Push where you're ready.
No improvement in the first sector for Fuji, but Joe has improved. Well, Joe can't not really improve on this lap. Yeah, damn it. We are going to get held up by the McLaren. But we're also going to screw over Porsche here because he's going to get pulled over. We actually got away with that without being too bad. Fuji goes P4, Porsche's lap is ruined already. Joe goes up to P4 just ahead of his teammate by 1/10 of a second. So now all we can do is play the waiting game. Yuki Tsunoda is on track, about to start his flying lap. Currently in provisional pole position. Be a hell of a... Nope, Oscar's just taken it. Can he take it back? Let's find out. As Leclerc goes P2. There he is. There is Piastri. Oh, he gets in the way of Yuki slightly. Little lift. We're down in 6th and 7th right now.
Pele. Stop in front of your garage.
Up to the line for Yuki Tsunoda, and does not improve. What about Kimi? Starts his flying lap. And then we have Bottas, Stroll, and Norris on an outlap. Where are they on track? He's cleared the cars that are going to be potentially in his way. Stroll is now starting his flying lap, so that's not an issue. No improvement in the first sector for Kimi. Did he lose time through turn 1? No improvement in the middle either. I just don't think he's going to take it here unless he has an almighty final sector to move him up a couple of places. He does find just a tiny bit at the end there, but it's not enough. He stays P5. Stroll goes P8. Norris goes P7 and splits our two cars. So we're going to start 6th and 8th. And Valtteri ends up staying in 10th place. Oscar then on pole from Charles Leclerc. Tsunoda 3rd. Porsche 4th. Then it's Kimi in 5th. Zhou alongside in 6th. Lando in 7th with Fuji just behind Zhou on track in 8th. And Stroll and Bottas make up row 5.
The stage is set here in Barcelona. 66 laps around a track that the drivers know inside and out.
Barcelona is a circuit with plenty of history under its belt. It was here, after all, that multiple world champion Max Verstappen secured his very first F1 victory back in 2016.
Long straights and medium speed turns dominate here, but there's something else to watch out for at Barcelona. The air currents are strong and unpredictable, and they'll be giving aerodynamic components a real run for their money this weekend. Welcome to race day, and before we get down to it, last minute checks are being made.
So we are starting with light rain just under the 1 mil. So DRS is going to be active at the start. Let's take a look at the forecast. It is going to dry up towards the end, but quite late on by the look of it. Fuji is looking to go inters all the way. Zhou is looking for softs around lap 59. We plan in for the soft tyres around about lap 50. Yeah, they'll go that distance easy. Let's go with that as our initial plan. And we'll play it a little bit by ear. Let's see. We are going to add 1 extra lap of fuel, but we're going to leave the fuel push on. And we'll send them to the grid for the start of the Spanish Grand Prix.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. Zhou Guanyu will know exactly what's expected of him in this race.
They must be excited to start 6th, but it's a long race, so they need to keep a cool head.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
It is nice to be able to actually see the Ferraris near the front of the grid from that camera angle. Couldn't see them very often last year. They were always right near the back.
Overtake available.
Yeah.
Oh, fault for Lawson already.
But
Half a
it
lap
looks
through.
like they're carrying some kind of fault.
He has a shiny brand new engine in there. Can't be that. It's got to be something else. Oh, we haven't even done a lap yet, so we can't get feedback.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Tyre temps are already starting to creep up. Alright, so what is the issue for Lawson? It's the gearbox. Let's hope for his sake that's temporary and it clears itself, but I don't think it will be. The track is very, very dry at the moment. It's too dry for the Inters.
Done as much as possible.
Copy.
And I just completely forgot the DRS was active. Just so used to it not being active when it's wet. Which is why we got jumped there by George. We should get him back here though. Can we set up a run here on Norris? Yes, we can. He does not have DRS. We do. Dive back into the slipstream. You can see we get past George again. Norris trying to fight us off. That's why I'm keeping the battery on deploy. He's pushing his tyres harder than we are. Look at the state of some of their tyres already, look. Because they're pushing them and they're massively overheating in these low water level conditions. Finally, we get the move done. Now we're going to turn the battle assist on to help us defend against Lando.
At the moment they are doing well.
Just giving up the DRS to him. He is just going to rocket back through again, isn't he? Right, we'll go into harvest mode.
Mode charge.
Just kept the DRS. Stroll currently fastest on track. Sonoda's right up there as well. So both RBs in the top 5.
Do your best, man. Mode charge.
And there we go. Back ahead of Lando. Can we stick the move? He's got the inside through turn 5.
Mode charge. Mode charge.
Oh, yeah, we complete the move right before the DRS zone. Lovely.
Mode charge. Mode charge. Mode charge.
Not much I can do here.
Try to recover your previous rhythm that was looking fine.
Joe lost the DRS.
Okay,
Or did he?
mode charge.
It'll be tight. It'll be very tight. He did lose it. And the DRS has just been switched off. That might help Joe stay ahead. It did. I was thinking more about staying ahead of George, but we stayed ahead of Fuji as well. But we managed to get a little bit of battery back in the car. Tyre temp should start to drop a little bit now that the track is into territory. Oh, and Yuki's locked up and spun out, actually.
Yellow ahead.
Copy.
Oh.
And that's hurt him.
As for the team back in the garage,
That's really hurt him. Somehow he's just about stayed as Joe. Another yellow flag.
let's see
Stoffel
what
locking up
happened
at turn 5.
Right, we're down at turn 5.
Stuck behind Nagel
There's the
and
lockup.
Perez there, I
What
think.
caused that, I wonder?
Yeah, that's a 15 race suspension there for Yuki Tsunoda. And RB have been thrown out of the Constructors' Championship.
Keep focus.
Russell develops an issue.
Use overtake.
Right, if we're lucky, we'll get a slipstream from the back of Norris here to help us complete the move. Nope.
Guys, you just want to push me off.
We saw that.
Tyre temp's coming down quite nicely. Look at the damage that's been done. Not just to Yuki's tyres because of that spin, but everybody else's. Norris at 76. Norris is a tyre whisperer. So his tyres have really struggled. Porsche's kept his in good condition, as has Antonelli and Leclerc. You can see the guys who've been stuck in dirty air, their tyres have taken the most punishment, like Oscar here.
Full overtake available. Try to increase your pace.
to dip back in for a bit more slipstream. Tsunoda's pushing, which is why we can't catch him.
More charge, more charge.
With Yuki having been up there at the front of the grid and Stroll in P4 as a result of Yuki dropping down, it is clear that the RB has come along leaps and bounds. They look quicker than McLaren do. We might have to wait for Tsunoda to make the move on Norris before we can try and make an overtake. George slipping down the order a little bit. What is George's fault? Let's have a look. Gearbox for George as well. So Lawson and George both with iffy gearboxes right now. Trying to keep my tyres in good condition. I will turn them up again in a moment. But while we're stuck right on the gearbox of cars, they're just going to overheat if we're not careful. Have another crack at getting past Tsunoda hit.
Try to cool the engine if you can.
Copy.
Try to cool the engine.
Copy.
I was hoping for the lunge, didn't get it.
Copy.
Cool the engine a bit.
And Yuki gets through. Can we try and go around the outside of Norris? No, we can't.
Copy.
And now we're out of battery.
More charge, more charge.
Copy.
Try to slow down a bit.
Copy. It's not easy.
Yeah, our car is not the best when it comes to straight line speed or acceleration, or dirty air for that matter, which makes overtaking in these conditions without DRS pretty tricky. And Norris is going to have another look at the back of Tsunoda now. We just have to try and bide our time, wait for an opportunity. Track water levels coming down again. We might get a little smidge of DRS for a lap or two. let's say you're attacking and the tyres overheat and become red, does it massively affect your attack, or do you need to immediately cool them off? Doesn't immediately impact your pace, but it does melt the tyres a bit quicker, and then the amount of grip you have left in the tyre will determine your pace. So if you have a prolonged period where you're overheating your tyres, then it can significantly impact your pace for the rest of the stint. Not in that necessarily in that immediate moment, but it can definitely have an impact going forward. So if you can't make the overtake, it's better to maybe just protect your tyres a little bit and bide your time. And there we go, we get Fuji through, and that's probably for the best. With that full battery, he's got a better chance of getting through. We can build up Joe's a little bit. There's no question we are losing time behind these two of Tsunoda and Norris at the moment. I'm coming under pressure from Max.
More charge.
And Max has got us. Ah, damn.
Yeah, just so you know, I'm trying my best.
Do your best. Valtteri behind.
Need to try and force the issue now on Lando. Russell has another fault.
Didn't feel like it's pulling.
Let's give him a little bit of extra tyre to play with. That might help. Nope. God damn. Can't find a way through.
Joe, keep focusing on our race. Still longer, everything can happen.
Go for the inside. Nope. Damn it. The longer we stay stuck behind here, the more time we're losing, and the more it ruins our tyres if we try and use them properly. Last opportunity.
Oh, jump coming.
Oh, wow. Yuki's in the pits already. All right, now we've got to run. Come on, get back in front. Yellow flag.
Mode attack. Mode attack.
A lock up for
Right
Checo.
then, we can take a look now. Now this was at turn 1. Well, you can see the lockup. They took a
Yeah,
gamble,
pinch that front
and it
right.
was just too late.
Going to see Oscar diving into the pits soon. Max pushing a little bit. Yeah, he's pushing to try and get onto the back of Fuji and Norris.
Move charge. Move charge.
Copy.
And wow, Max has boxed early. He's boxed very early. He still had a decent amount of tyre. Fuji gets ahead of Norris. Excellent. But we are about to get some DRS again, which means tyre temps are about to go through the roof again. I'm going to keep pushing Fuji in an attempt to drop Norris before that DRS switches on. Last thing I want is Lando getting back in front of me again.
Try to slow down a bit.
Oh, it flirted with switching the DRS on and then immediately went back up again. So we can actually put the tyres back up a little bit. Let's see if we can get Joe through now as well.
Copy.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Yeah, and he's going to need to dip into the slipstream briefly.
Copy.
It's going to be a case of getting him under brakes here, I think. Just didn't quite have enough.
Keep focus on our race. More charge.
Understood.
But he has a look there. Beautiful stuff.
The use overtake.
Copy.
Okay, more charge.
Lando trying to fight back.
Copy.
Oh, no, no, no. Come on. Lando's pushing because he's going to box.
We don't have enough speed.
Keep focus on our race. Behind you have Albon. Gap to Albon 3.7 at the moment. More charge.
Copy.
So Antonelli is comfortably at the front at the moment. Tyre's in excellent shape as well compared to his teammate, who has stayed out. So's Lando, actually. Norris is just trying to close back up to Fuji again. He did a 1:23.4 with Fuji last lap. Not really quick enough to trouble the cars in front of us.
Overtake available.
Copy.
I know it's not easy, but we need more fresh air there.
Yeah, copy. Copy.
And that is Piastri and Leclerc both into the pits. Solid stop for Piastri, problems for Charles.
And try to cool the engine.
Copy.
Norris with a late defensive move there, a legal late defensive move, but frustrating us.
Okay, more charge. More charge.
Copy.
Try to cool down a bit more on your tires.
Lando is probably going to box, if not this lap, then the next one.
Charge.
Copy.
We are still looking somewhere around about lap 50 to switch tyres. And Norris does dive into the pits. That frees up Joe.
More charger, more charger.
Copy.
Decent stop there for Lando. Will drop him quite a way down the order. This could be bad here for Lando. A whole flurry of cars about to go through. There goes Max. Just gets out ahead of Nagel, Bottas and Perez. That could have been a disaster for Lando there.
If you can push a bit more.
Start upping our tyre pace now. The tyre temps will start to creep up while we're doing this because we're pushing fuel as well. But the water level is also increasing, which will help keep the tyres from massively spiking in temperature. As Porsche and Stroll are in. Decent stop for Porsche. Good stop from Stroll. Very good stop. He will hold track position. Albon goes through. So there's George, Gasly, and there is Oscar, who is stuck behind them. And Oscar forces his way up the inside of Gasly through turn 4. Gets a lovely exit through 9, and he's going to have a look into 10. Switches to the inside, so much more grip than George there. And that is Oscar released to go after Alex Albon, who's probably going to box, if not this lap, then the next one. George almost certainly is boxing this lap. Is Albon going to box right in front of him? No. George stays out as well. Why? Why stay out at this point with your tyres like that? That makes no sense. We have rubber to spend, which is why I'm pushing the tyres a little bit more. We are going to adjust the strategy. And now Piastri is past Alex Albon. You also struggle with your pit crew. What's the best way to keep them fresh but still reduce pit stop time? Make sure that you're not overworking them. You want to be going into a pit crew, a race weekend with your pit crew fatigue as close to zero as possible. You want to try and end the month in the well-rested category, so that you get a reset down to 0 at the start of the next calendar month. And you want your sporting director to be training training and processes. Right, Alex Albon is in, and George is right in behind him. Why they didn't stagger their cars, I do not know. This is not going to be good for George. He's going to lose out to Sainz here. There goes Sainz. Should have pitted George on the previous lap. That's silly there from Aston. And we have a yellow flag. That is a mistake for Van Dorn.
We've got a yellow flag here. So let's take a look at the replay. Conditions on track really not great. Whoa, and around they spin. And that won't do anything to help those tyres.
So our pace is pretty strong at the moment because we were careful with our tyres in that opening 10 laps of the stint. Gasly is in. So if we take, let's have a look. We take Stroll out of the equation. Maybe even Leclerc. Well, yeah. We're not going to get out in front of Norris, I don't think. We're probably going to come out somewhere around Max. We'll have a tyre advantage. We'll absolutely have a tyre advantage.
No lift off anymore.
Copy.
How tired can you have them on a race weekend? You want them to be as close to 0 going into the race weekend itself, because they will naturally build up fatigue as they go through. And having high fatigue impacts you in one of two ways. One, it slows down your development rate slightly. And two, the more tired they are, the more chances there is of making a mistake. I'll go through it. If we get to the end of a calendar month at the end of this stream, I'll be able to program in a new training session and show you what I mean. Might have to do that tomorrow. So Fuji's pace actually slightly slower on that lap. Are we now at the point where we're pushing the tyres too much? Possibly. No, we're okay. fact, let's just box him this lap. Or box show on the next lap.
Okay, to push, Joe.
Copy.
Box this lap.
Copy, Pop.
So we could be looking at a third set of inters for some of these drivers here. Because their tyres have taken some punishment. Snowder's down to 60% already. Max down to just 55%. He's going to have to stop again, or risk his tyres exploding. Valtteri's going to have to do that as well. Which means we'll have a grip advantage over everybody else who stays out, like Oscar, for example, Porsche, Leclerc, Norris. Fuji's in. As Joe carries on for one more lap. Let's see where we come out. This is the big question. How much traffic are we going to be in when we do come out? Oh, fantastic start. 1.804. Love it. Love it. We are going to come out, as I thought, somewhere around about Max Verstappen. Can we get out just in front of him? Yes, we can. It'll be tighter for Joe. Joe might come out just behind. Let's see how quickly Piastri's closed up to us. And here we go with Joe. Let's have another 1.8, please. Hell, even a 1.7 would be nice. Settle for a 1.9. Anything slower than that and I'll be disappointed. .9, yeah, I'll take that. We'll come out behind Verstappen.
Exit.
There he goes. But we are clear of Valtteri. So both drivers in the points at the moment.
At the moment we are P10.
Start to just build up a little bit of spare fuel again. Tyres are now up to temperature for Fuji. We're not going to push them. We're going to just gradually let them close up. That way we don't spike our temperatures again. And we won't have DRS now till probably somewhere around about lap 50. Unless the forecast changes slightly. Which it might do. Going to need pretty much a full battery to punch our way through here, I think.
Tires on target at the moment.
Copy.
And there we go, tyres up to temp now for Joe. We have been just clawing in ground on Max.
More charger.
Copy. Copy.
Overtake available.
Yep.
Now we are set for an overtake.
Okay to push on tires.
We're going to stick it around the outside or stay on the inside. You're going to stay on the inside. And we've got the move done. There we go.
Try to slow down a bit more now.
Yeah, copy. Oh!
Good job. At the moment we are P9.
Start to sneak our way back onto the cars in front of Fuji again.
You can have some lift off.
Okay.
Leclerc and Tsunoda are going to have to box again. Norris is going to go to the pit window. Antonelli still hasn't stopped. And this is actually now going to hurt him. He's going to drop out. Actually, he's probably going to get out around Stroll. So he's only going to drop behind him, Pourchaire and his teammate. Pourchaire, it should be pretty easy to pick off. So Antonelli's actually still in really good shape
I couldn't go
for the
back
win here.
faster.
Oh, Max got through again.
Keep doing your best. Behind the battery. No lift off.
Copy.
Try to cool the engine.
Copy.
Let's break away from them this time.
Copy.
Not give them the opportunity to sneak up on us like that again. We do have rubber that we can play about with by stretching that first stint. As Kimi is now in. It's a good stop. Pourchaire will go through. Will he get out in front of Stroll and Tsunoda? He'll be tight with Stroll. He'll get out in front of Yuki. Should get out in front of Stroll as well. And there we go. We have absolutely left Max behind now.
Yep.
Just bring those tyre temps down again so we don't spike the wear rate. You can see the curve just dipping in slightly with Zhou there. And you can see how quickly Inters can overheat. You can see at the end of the stints there as we started to turn them up into orange and then red with the push level, how quickly they fell away from the prediction and how much they fell away from what they've been doing earlier in terms of wear. Inters can be really fragile. Fuji has now caught the cars in front. It's time for him to try and push the issue now. There goes Charles into the pits. So we're P7, P8 right now. And once again, we are stuck behind Norris and and Sonoda, just like we were in the first stint. Can we jump them both here? Oh, it's so nearly contact with Norris then, as he chopped across us. But we'll dive bomb him through turn 5. We're immediately going to keep pushing and try and get on Yuki. And there we go, we're through on Yuki. Fantastic.
Let's have a look at that. We're watching the Ferrari.
It's the same camera angle. And Fuji now into peak confidence. See if we can get Zhou through.
Overtake available.
Copy.
See, we're just lacking that little bit of straight line speed.
Try to cool the engine.
Copy. Copy.
Try to stay off slipstream.
Can we get Norris up the inside, or will he chop us?
Copy.
Joe, I know it's not easy, but we need the
Go around the outside this time.
Copy.
And we got him. Can we get Yuki as well? Yes, we can. Have we got any battery left? Just a little bit.
Joe, Joe. Try to cool down a bit more on your tires.
And there we go. We are 5th and 6th right now, and we are in excellent shape for when the track dries up.
Hold charge. Hold charge. No overtake.
Might be a little vulnerable here into turn 1. Oh, there goes Sonoda into the pits. That helps us. Norris is a little bit too far back to get the overtake.
Try some lift off.
Fantastic stuff. So, Stroll next up. We are lapping quicker than him at the moment with Fuji. Tyre temps will gradually start to come down. Really don't want to be in a fight with Norris though. Although we are going to melt his tyres now with him sticking in our dirty air like this. And that will remove the threat as the laps tick on, as he runs out of grip. Bottas is going to need to make that stop, I think. 40% left on his tyres. We are still closing in on Lance Stroll. Fastest lap means absolutely nothing at this point because the track is going to go bone dry. And so that current fastest lap of Stroll's will be absolutely obliterated at the end of this race. Russell and Lawson's gearboxes have both gone orange. They're both permanent faults. So new gearboxes will go into their cars in the next race. Let's take a look at Norris's tyre temps. 109 as he crossed the line. Ours are coming down. His are going up. Current lap record set by Kimi last year, 113.1. Wonder if we'll see that broken this year. Gasly develops a fault. Let's see what he's got.
The clipping is killing me.
That sounds like battery. Could be engine, but we'll take a look. Stoffel's in for another stop. Yeah, that's battery. Norris again trying to fight us off. This is where the battle assist is kicking in. Joe's using his battery to help get that extra little bit of deployment on the corner exits to fight off Norris. And Norris is in. Norris has ceded the fight. Stroll's in as well. So we're now P4, P5. Valtteri is also boxing, so this is going to show how far ahead we are. That's an okay stop. Not particularly quick, but it was clean. So we have a 14-second lead over Iwasa and Gasly right now. Nearly. And much better tyres. Leclerc is the next big threat to us. And he is currently 16 seconds behind us. 18 seconds behind Fuji, as Norris just gets out in front of Esteban Ocon there. So we're unlikely to be challenging for the podium unless Pourchaire's pace drops off significantly. He's what? 12 and a half, 13 seconds ahead. Oh, Pourchaire's boxed. That I did not expect. So Pourchaire will come out behind us, but he'll now be a threat to us. That's a good stop as well. And he will get out comfortably ahead of Iwasa. He'll have clean air to just cruise up to the back of us. It's just below the prediction level. Still slightly too hot, but within my accepted tolerance. We're doing 122s. Let's see what Pourchaire does when he gets up to speed. Leclerc did a 120. And Pourchaire can be aggressive with those tyres because he's got a lot of rubber on them and not that many laps to do on them. Maybe 15 laps. So we do currently have a podium. I don't think it will stay that way. But I will be over the moon with 4th and 5th here. And so will the board, I think. Piastri and Antonelli, very similar on pace at the moment, but Antonelli does have that tyre advantage. That's going to hurt Piastri sooner or later. 3/10 the gap last lap in terms of lap pace. We're not that far off Piastri's pace. And we have a yellow flag. Oh no, Joe! A lock up for Joe.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Zhou Guan Yu is the focus here. Well, things are okay at this stage. And there goes the steering. They were just unable to do much about it.
Damn. That spiked his tyre temps a little bit. Lost about 4% of the tyre life as a result of that lockup as well. I'm going to put him into very defensive mode here.
Keep a position.
See if we can frustrate Pourchaire and give Fuji a chance of a podium.
More charge.
Copy.
No lift off anymore.
Copy.
This is not going to be easy defending against him.
Tires update.
Tire feel okay.
Oh, he's all over us. He has more straight line speed than us. But The very aggressive defending chops him off into turn one. Another yellow flag. That is one of the Astons. Is that Russell?
Yellow.
It is. Spinning out at the 7-8 chicane.
Say, guys, sorry.
So you can see the difference in deployment levels slightly here. This is Joe trying to balance where he uses the battery to help on corner defense like this. Now Porsche's got a really good run on us. Again, we chop across his nose. Maybe lap 52 rather than lap 50. Superb defending from Joe here. Leclerc's closing, so is Stroll. And Yuki for that matter. Now it's starting to affect our lap pace slightly. 124.5 last lap. Sainz and Gasly both in for another stop. That's late. Sainz is just going to hold position. Back to Joe. And Oscar's in. Oh, wow. This I did not expect. I thought Oscar might try and take those tyres to the window. He's pretty good on tyre wear. But feeling the need to slap on a fresh set. I don't know if we'll get him into turn one. If we do, it'll be momentary. Oh, nearly, but he's going to drive away from us now. Your driver just spun out and damaged your new underfloor. Yep, that shit happens to me all the time. Especially with rookies. It's the risky run with rookies. Or even, in some cases, mid-pack drivers. Sargent comes in for another stop. Fresh sentimentals for him. He's way off. in 17th right now. And another look from Porsche. And again, we shut that down. Gap to Fuji now 7 seconds. Most of that is down to the spin or the lockup at turn 1, but pace has just been dropping off ever so slightly. Once again, Porsche has lost a lot of momentum, but then gets a really good slingshot out of the final turn. Not close enough for a look into turn 1. And Piastri's already 4 seconds ahead of us. Antonelli could now potentially be in a little bit of trouble in this race. I mean, he's got the tyre wear to keep him going to the switch over to softs, but Piastri could push those tyres very hard if he wanted to. Let's see what he does across the line, lap time wise. This is turning into a masterclass of defending from Joe. And Porsche's tyres down to 70%. Again, he has a look. Again, Joe's going to just outpower him through turn 10. So there we go. Piastri a second quicker than Antonelli on that last lap. Let's take a look at Porsche's tyre temps. They're up to 110 degrees. Oh, he's going to try around the outside this time. Again, we've got him covered off. So watch how quickly Porsche's tyres wear out compared to ours. While I quickly grab a drink. I'll grab a drink from the fridge. Temps creeping up ever so slightly as the track dries up a little bit. It's going to be murder for Porsche. Going to have a lunge. Again, we block him in 10. And we're comfortably clear through 11. Into 12. This time he's close. This time he's very close. But he pulls out of the slipstream too early. He's going to go for the inside, now the outside line. And once again, we have him blocked. This is superb stuff. And Porsche's tyres are now just 3% better than ours. We are absolutely ruining his tyres for him here. They're at 110 degrees. Look at those temps. Since he got into the dirty air behind us, they've just skyrocketed from 100 degrees up to 110 every lap or higher. We are melting that rubber. Antonelli's picked his pace up a little bit. Piastri's still slightly quicker. Once again, Joe shuts the door. This is an amazingly strong defensive drive here.
We need some lift off.
Copy.
At some point I can try and push his battery a little bit to help break him away, but not going to do it yet. I've turned his fuel push down, which means he'll be a little bit more careful in the braking zone. That could undo me here. Oh, thank God for that. I was concerned. I'm going to drop the fuel push down on Fuji now, starts to build up a surplus there as well, ready for the soft tyres. And there in the background, you can see Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll. Charles Leclerc just behind them. There he is. Those guys are closing us down. We're lapping a second slower than Fuji because we're having to go so defensive, but it's doing what it needs to do. It's ruining Porsche's tyres, and it's giving Fuji, a chance at getting the podium tonight. Here comes Teo again. Going to cut to the inside in a second. Oh no, he's staying behind. Tyre temp still at 110 degrees. His tyres are now worse than Joe's.
Tires update.
Tires start to go a little bit.
There are the two RBs. Porsche's getting the hurry on.
Use overtake.
This is the closest he's been. Can we hold him off? No, we can't.
Tsunoda behind.
Can we get back in front of him?
No problem, no problem.
Yeah, copy.
We've got a slight edge. It's so close, but we are just creeping alongside him. We're going to get him into turn one here. And there we go, back in front. Lovely stuff.
Okay, you can slow down a bit now.
Back into defense. And now we've got maximum confidence as well.
Defend.
You can just see us just edging slightly further forward every little second there. And then got that move done. Beautiful stuff from Joe.
Mode charge, mode charge.
Gasly has pushed the pace. He's now less than 7 seconds behind Antonelli. We are getting a little dip before it climbs again, but we are now seeing dry weather in 11 minutes. And I've got a big enough gap that I can drop both my guys into the pits on the same lap. And even allow for a couple of seconds delay in the pit stop. Porsche's tyres are really going to struggle in these closing laps. I'm actually going to drop Joe's down slightly.
You can slow down a bit.
Copy.
Still absolutely skyrocketing his tyre temps. Inters do not like going above 85, 86, that kind of window. As you can see by ours at 88 are in the yellow. We have a yellow flag, speaking of yellows. That is, oh, it's Piastri.
Now this was the 7th corner.
No. Did Piastri make a mistake as well? Piastri looked really slow through turn 10.
Now they did leave it very late.
Did he make a mistake as well? What's the gap? 6 seconds. Maybe not then. Maybe he didn't make a mistake. Let's take a look at the lap time. No, he didn't. He just looked really slow through turn 10. And there we go. Porsche has now given us the window that we needed. He's now under pressure from Tsunoda. We'll try and break away a little bit. We officially have a new fastest lap for Lando Norris, a 1:19.2. We are getting very close now. Don't want to push the battery too hard.
More charge.
Lock up for Liam.
Right, so this was the 4th corner. And the car just locks. But that's
into
just
the
the
gravel.
risk you take. The later you leave it.
And Russell gets in front of Liam. They are right in front of us. There they are.
Copy.
Eight minutes away from dry. Tsunoda gets past Porsche. But Tsunoda's tyres are in bad shape as well. Porsche is going to really risk a puncture here. I can't see him boxing this close to the window. And Tsunoda's flying. He's onto the back of us already.
Overtake available.
We have a yellow flag.
Yellow ahead.
Copy.
Tsunoda's just too aggressive right now, but I do not want to use the battery because we're about to go on to dry tyres and I want that pace. I was hoping that George might come to our rescue there, but we didn't catch him in time. I was hoping he would box in. Tsunoda behind us. Water level getting that little spike back up.
Do your best, Joe.
We're officially going against the prediction now.
Overtake available.
Let's get back in front of Yuki. Max that confidence back up again. The RB is a little bit quicker than us,
In front there is Tsunoda.
but we've got the grip to go around the outside.
Keep focus on our
There we go.
race.
Yes.
Okay, Joe. So far, good job.
It's been an absolute defensive masterclass from Joe today. Reacting exactly where and when he needs to. Yuki's tyres now almost into puncture territory. Porsche's are in puncture territory. Now the track water level's starting to drop. And again, Tsunoda just throws it up the inside. Norris has got a fault.
What's wrong with my pack?
Battery issues for Lando. You can see the clouds have gone.
This Stroll.
Sun is out. Rain's going to stop any moment. And we should get him here. Into turn 1 again.
Focus on our race.
Not this time. Porsche's tyres screaming now. You can see the temps came down a little bit, but he is just being picked off by everybody now. He's got no pace left. Yuki's tyres now into puncture territory.
Overtake available.
We're going to go on the attack again. I want to get back in front of him, because his pace is about to drop significantly.
Do your best.
Piastri's now just 3 seconds behind Antonelli, so this is going to come down to the pit stops, I think, to determine which Cadillac driver is going to get the win here. Into Yuki's slipstream. Can we dive bomb him? No.
Okay, do your best there. Try to pull it down a bit more on your tires.
Copy.
In case you are able to go out slipstream, it will be better from us.
Lawson's going to peel out of the way in a second, so we'll have to stay tucked in behind. I'm using more battery than I really wanted to here, but we're going to be losing so much time here behind Yuki with his tyres like this.
Try to cool the engine.
Copy.
There we go, we got the move done.
Copy.
More charge, more charge.
See you later.
You are doing a good job. Hold the charger.
There we go. Back off and away again. We have a 10-second gap to Fuji now. We are so close. I might actually be boxing Joe this lap. I'm going to box Joe this lap.
And box.
Copy, box.
More charge.
Taking a bit of a risk here. Probably should have stayed out one more lap, but I think by the time we get it out of the pits, it's going to be almost DRS time. And we got a puncture for Yuki. I'm amazed Porsche hasn't punctured yet, actually. Bang, there we go. Right rear has gone. Oh no, Porsche has gone. Puncture on his left rear. Same as Sonona, not right rear. Right, we're on to a set of softs. A 1.8 flat. Beautiful stuff. We're almost almost in the window. It's just a little bit too wet for these tyres at the moment.
P9. In front is Verstappen.
But it's almost there. It's almost there.
At the moment.
Piastri has got past Antonelli. They're both going again. Porsche is into the pits, but he's now a lap down. Into the pits comes Fuji. We could have gone another lap with Zhou.
Mode charge.
I'll try my best.
You are doing a good job.
The 1.9, it's not bad. Norris stayed out, as did Stroll, as well as the front two.
Mode race.
Max has stayed out, but we're ahead of Max. We've got a yellow flag.
Overtake available.
Mistake for
Now we're
Esteban.
watching Esteban Ocon here. And that won't help
Through
their
the final
chances,
turn, he gets
but all
very
being well,
wide there.
fingers crossed.
Kind of unrealistically snapped back into in towards the track there. Leclerc's in. It's going to be soft tyres for everybody. Piastri's in. Antonelli's got another lap. Oh, that's bad. That's bad for Antonelli. His chances of winning this race are gone. That's a very quick stop there. It's not a good stop for Nagel. It's a really bad stop for Nagel. He's been released. Wow.
Oh,
Horrifically
no,
bad stop there.
Slow pit stop there. Corinne Chandok, talk us through this one.
We've got the Red Bull pitting. And they just really struggle. It's not a smooth one.
Is he running the number 01? We're running in P... No, that's Piastri running in P2. Piastri is going to win this race from Antonelli, I think.
Mode charge.
10 laps to go. Let's calm the tyres down now. We've got a temporary fastest lap here with Zhou. Fuji should go quicker. In fact, actually, we're going too early with that.
Copy.
Because there's still a fair bit of water on the track. There we go. Antonelli's in. He should come out in second place. Quite comfortably. Yeah. Nice and clean stop. Nice and quick stop as well. Has that actually taken the fastest lap or pit stop away from us? No, we still have the two quickest stops. Kimi's stop 1.97 and a 1.97 as well. Hasn't registered the most recent stops. I don't think. Oh, maybe it has. So, 8 seconds the gap. Has Antonelli got enough raw pace to catch him? I don't think he has. We still have two cars out there on Inters. Sainz and Valtteri, are they seriously going to try and go to the end here? As Charles Leclerc sets a new fastest lap, a 1:16.0. Sainz is in, and Valtteri's in. They are finally boxing. Decent stop for both. Porsche's gone mediums. That's a surprise. Did not expect mediums. and we are looking pretty damn good for a podium tonight, which I really did not expect. Joey's going to have to do more defensive work against Leclerc, and that is going to be a lot harder to do against that Red Bull, especially with DRS active. But we'll try and hold him back as best we can, or at least stay with him if he gets in front and try and get back in front towards the end. 1:15.8 there for Piastri. 1:15.5 for Iwasa. It's the new fastest lap. Nope. It's a 1:14.6 for Charles. He is flying onto the back of Joe right now.
Use overtake.
It's only 9 seconds between our drivers, and Leclerc is scary fast right now. So the longer we can keep him behind us, the better.
Mode defend.
Well, he's ahead of us already. That did not take long at all.
Stroll behind.
See if we can stay with him.
Do your best, man.
So Leclerc is going to tear up the track between us and Fuji. He went even quicker at 1:14.5. But we have the DRS to try and get back in front.
No problem, no problem.
Oh, give me everything, man.
Right, track is almost dry enough.
Try to do your best, Jodar.
New fastest lap for Valtteri, 1:13.5. We're going to go for a fastest lap with Fuji now. Hopefully I can get the DRS off the back of... is that Lawson? No, I think that's Perez. Wasn't quite close enough.
Doing a good job there.
Didn't get it. But I'll get a slipstream though.
We need to increase slightly a bit more the lift off.
He's trying to fight us because he's on new tyres. Oh, what happened to Leclerc? Stroll's got ahead of him. And we've got a 2-second gap. What happened? Did he get held up as we tried to lapse? Is there another car in that mix? We'll have a look in a second. So 1:13.6 is just slower. Just slower. I'll see if I can go again. I don't think I'll have the battery for it. No, there's nobody else there. It's just the two of them. Has Leclerc cooked his tyres? Not really. A little bit. Not sure what happened to Charles Leclerc there.
Tires update.
I am really good, guys.
He's already back onto Joe's DRS. I'm not going to improve this lap. Oh, maybe. Oh, I'm going to run out of battery, so no. We did go purple in that middle sector. Can we sneak the fastest lap away from Valtteri? I don't think we've got enough left at the end of the lap. No, we're about a second slower than we needed to be. Leclerc actually did us a huge favour there, potentially saving us from Stroll. He did. Thank you, Charles. We were in danger of getting swallowed up by the pair of them there.
Keep focus on your race now.
We've got enough of a gap that I'm going to actually try and rebuild the battery and have one more go with Fuji, I think, at the fastest lap. But it might be Zhou will be my best chance. As long as I don't lose the DRS.
Close the gap. No lift off anymore.
Gonna have to do some fuel saving again. It's not the best run into turn one. I don't think we'll go purple in this sector.
Good job.
It's a personal best. The rest of the lap is good. We've got a chance. Will I have enough battery to do the full lap, though? That's the question. I don't think I will. No. Damn it.
Don't forget the lift off. Overtake available. We can try to catch up.
At the moment, I can't fight with anyone, man.
Okay, do your best there.
Oh wow, look at Leclerc's tyres. As here comes Stroll, having a look. Ah, damn it.
More charger, more charger.
Last chance for the fastest lap. Is 63% battery going to be enough?
Motor is okay.
Come on, hold him off, please.
More charge.
Not much more. I could do that.
Joe, keep focusing on our race. It's still longer, everything can happen. Norris behind. Overtake available. And try to cool the engine.
Ah, damn it.
Try to cool the engine if you can.
I'm out of fuel. Sixth place, but we got a podium with Fuji. That is a fantastic result. The board should be thrilled with that. Yeah, not so great for Joe, but he got sixth place in the end. I shouldn't have gone for the fastest lap with Joe. I would have been able to hold off that gamble on going for the extra point with Joe there. Cost me 4 points in the end.
I was happy with my side. Thank you, man.
But we'll take it.
That was a great performance from the Ferrari driver, wasn't it?
That was an excellent performance. They set out with a great strategy and it paid off with an impressive podium finish.
But just look at this. The overwhelming excitement for those celebrating this achievement. As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
And with that, our time in Barcelona is done.
Next time, the teams will be forging ahead at full throttle through the Styrian forest. The Austrian Grand Prix is right around the corner.
It is right around the corner. So, confirmation then of the final result. Oscar gets the win in the end from Kimi Antonelli. Budo gets 5 places gained. Take a podium tonight. I think that's his first podium. Then it's Stroll ahead of Charles Leclerc. Joe in the end has to settle for 6th place, but it's still 8 solid points there. Lando takes 7th place. Max up 6 places to finish in 8th ahead of Théo Pourchaire, whose race was ruined by his puncture. He could have gone off for some strong points today, but he didn't retire and he did still score points. So his season hasn't fallen off the rails yet. Iwasa up 5 places to take that final point. And the first car lapped as well, 10th place there, ahead of Gasly, Valtteri, Sargent, Tsunoda. Sainz at his home Grand Prix can only manage 15th in that Mercedes. Then it's Albon, Nagel up 3 places to finish in 17th ahead of Sergio Perez. Ocon is 19th, 20th is Stoffel Van Dorn, Lawson 21st, and George Russell 22nd. Not a good race for George. Gearbox issues completely destroyed any hope he had of staying within 1 lap. Into the driver's standings then. The gap has extended at the top. Oscar has pulled out another 15 points, so he now has a 22-point lead over Charles Leclerc. Kimi Antonelli has closed the gap to within 2 to Leclerc. So it's pretty tight at the top, just 24 points separating the top 3. We're a further 30 points back with Zhou. He's on 132 points. And big points for Fudo Fuji, who gets his first podium of the season, his first podium of his career in Formula One. He's now 3 points short of hitting the 100 and has opened up a 21-point lead over Théo Pourchaire. Lando Norris moves up above Yuki Tsunoda into 7th place, 3 points ahead. Then 3 points further back is Max Verstappen on 54 points. Stroll gets himself into the top 10 with his 4th place there, 12 points for him. Then it's Gasly on 27, down 1 to 11th. Valtteri is 12th, Iwasa 13th, just 2 points behind his teammate thanks to his 10th place finish today. Then George on 4th points in 14th. Sainz in 15th with a point. Then we're into the non-scorers. Logan Sargent 16th, 17th for Ocon, 18th for Albon, 19th for Perez, 20th for Ludwig Nagel. Liam Lawson is 21st and Stoffel is bringing up the rear in 22nd. In the constructor standings, 43 points for Cadillac today, puts them 20 clear of us in terms of points scored, and the gap at the top has started to really stretch. And I think any lingering hopes we had of staying in the constructors' fight are starting to evaporate. We are now 119 points behind, and that is becoming a bit too much of an insurmountable odd to overcome, I think. But having said that, we have pulled out another 13 points over Red Bull, so we are now sitting quite comfortably clear of them by 65 points. That is quite a nice, healthy little margin there. McLaren in 4th place on 136. Then it's RB on 96 points. Ahead of them, behind them is Williams on 81. Sauber picking up a point today, gets them up to 30 points, still in 7th place. Aston, still no more points for them. They're on 4 points. Then it's Mercedes with 1, Alpine with 0, and Haas bringing up the rear in 11th. Let's see, did we hang on to the 2 quickest pit stops? Yes, we did. Fantastic. A 1.799. That is the fastest ever recorded pit stop now in this save, and we have officially broken the record set by McLaren. We did this, obviously, with our Platinum run when we reloaded at the end of last year and to rerun the Abu Dhabi race, but this is now officially canon in this file. So that is fantastic for us there. Alpine getting some good points there in 3rd. Haas in 4th, big points for them as well. RB getting 5th and 7th for a strong 16 points. Red Bull getting some points as well, sandwiched in between their 2 sister cars. And it's Williams with 4 points thanks to Pierre Gasly. And Cadillac, last year's stellar team in the pit stops, are only good enough for 9th and 10th tonight, but they do get both cars in the top 10. And once again, still no sign of McLaren. In the driver's standings then, the DHL standings, we have 270 points. We are so far clear of everybody else right now. 137 points clear of Alpine, who are 2nd on 143. They now have a 20-point gap over Cadillac in 3rd. They're only 4 points ahead of both Haas and RB, both tied on 119 points. Then it's Aston, no points today. They're still on 80 points. Red Bull have closed the gap slightly. They're still 22 points further back in 7th. Williams in 8th on 44 points. And it's Sauber with 28. Mercedes with 26. McLaren still haven't scored. And their pit stop best is still 2.29. They are really struggling this year. And given who they have for their sporting director, don't expect them to do much better than that as the season progresses. So there we go, a 1.803. We thought that was a 1.8 dead. It was actually a 1.799 new official world record pit stop there. Fantastic stuff. And even the other stops were both 1.9s as well. So our pit crew absolutely cooking over to a T here. Beautifully running. Both drivers get their sponsor targets. They also, unfortunately for our bank balance, get their contracted finish position bonus as well. So just the 1.1 mil to add to the bank balance. Those contract bonuses are costing me a fortune. All right, we have a spare side pod. Or is that just one side pod? We've got 1.5 mil in the bank. We need to increase the number of underfloors. What about those side pods? How many of those do I actually have? I've got 3 now, so I've got 1 spare. Chassis, I need to make more chassis, so let's build 2 more. I can only build 1 more. There we go, we're out of money again. Just 141,000. We're only 4 days away from Spielberg. Let's deal with the inbox. New ATR period is available. We're going to need that to boost our suspension. But we don't have the money to do that yet. That's going to have to wait till after we go to Austria. Let's see. How did we do? We know the cars have failed a couple of parts. Oh, it's a lot of parts failed. 4 parts need to be switched out. That's not so good. Side pods. We know about that. We have tension between Joe and Benisi. We will intervene and hope that sorts that out. We are not going to get the pit crew training done tonight, I don't think. Yeah, it's going to kick in here, I think. So we'll have to do that tomorrow, Victor. But that'll be at the start of the stream. We'll get the pit crew training done. Sorry, it'll be the end of tomorrow's stream once we've done the racing. In fact, actually, no, tomorrow it's a sprint weekend. It's going to be a long one, so we'll do that at the start of not tomorrow's stream, but the day after when we go to Silverstone. We'll finish the race and we'll probably just end it right there tomorrow. So, yeah, a bit of a shame that we couldn't get that done tonight, but what a great result. Let's fix the cars first of all. Let's also put in the spare parts. We're going to stick with that gearbox now. I don't want to run the unnecessary risk on that one. The engine's fine. We'll keep the ERS in. We'll probably switch that out tomorrow. For the Grand Prix itself, we'll go with that engine, and only one practice session, so we will actually go with the older gearbox just for that one session. No, they're orange. It's an unnecessary risk. We'll stick with that gearbox. Right. We need to fix that rear wing. There we go. Don't have the new underfloor yet. I don't think I'll have it in time either, so bit of a shame there. I do have one spare suspension, just. So that's okay. Let's check in with the board, see what they thought. They were, as you'd expect, delighted with that. It's been an excellent run of form this year. Let's just take a look at our recent history with Ferrari. So we've had one pole position, 4 podiums. Doesn't say how many points. Oh yeah, 208 points. Let's take a look back to what Ferrari did last season, if we can. Can we see how Ferrari did last year? I don't think we can. That's a shame. I really wish we could track season-on-season results, as well as seasonal results, like we can with the Grand Prix tracker here. Would have been nice to see how we did last year, or how the team did last year in terms of. Actually, no, we know how they did last year. They didn't have any points at all throughout the year. So, it's not like that's going to be a hard one to work out how much more we've done. And that's weird as well. We've got 229 points, but it's only counting 203. So it's not counting the sprint points in the recent history. There it says we've got 208 points. Oh, not 203, 208. It's not counting the points we've got from the sprints, which is a bit weird. All right. We will advance time a little bit. Nope. Something in the inbox. Contract warnings. Oh, we do need to worry about those, don't we? Potentially. Yeah, we can't afford to do that yet. We'll have to hope that no one tries to poach them. Let's get our scouting results back. So, let's take a look at Ludwig Nagel's stats. His cornering's not too bad at 69. His reactions are pretty bad. He's on 100 grand a year for 1 year. He'll be gone again at the end of the season. Take a look at Max. Max's baseline stats. So he's dipped a little bit in some of them. He still has incredible pace stats, 94, 97, 91 in reactions. Overtaking, defending, still both in the 90s. Has George's baseline stats. He has slipped a little bit. His adaptability is through the roof, 97. I don't think George is that good of a wet driver. He's in neutral mentality. He's on 19.5 mil with a $130 million buyout fee. Max, still on that 33 mil, no buyout fee on his contract because that was signed before the update. So it wasn't compulsory. George's wasn't compulsory either, but that's just what they built into his contract there. Because they obviously didn't want to lose him to another team. He's probably cursing that buyout fee now because it means he's stuck with them for the next 4 seasons. Who knows? Maybe they'll turn it around. How is our condition looking? We know we've got a couple in operations that are looking a little bit choppy. Down to 82% on the Team Hub and the Race Sim. Oh, wow. Yeah, there we go. They have dipped. These have just gone. That one actually went a little while ago. I can afford to refurb that, but that'll take 6 days. That'll take 9 days, but that is going to give us... Actually, I can afford to do both. Ooh. We are going to have to get that done, or else we might not be able to get the full feedback from our sponsors. That might affect our sponsor objectives, so we might have to spend a good chunk of the money we get from Spielberg just fixing that. Although we are about to get a little... Well, actually, it's not really going to get any money from the board, is it? Crap. We might fail our sponsors. Luckily, they're only a week and a half in, so hopefully it won't have too much of an impact. We've got until right before Spa. But yeah, that was not ideal. I wanted to get a suspension into development after Austria. Now that's going to have to wait till after Silverstone, I think, because I'm going to need to spend half the money we're going to get from our sponsors for the race just fixing up the memorabilia room. Bugger. Well, there we go. That is the end of tonight's stream. As you can see, we are losing ground to Cadillac. No real surprise there, but they're starting to put it beyond doubt now. Same in the driver's standings. Oscar is starting to put real clear air between us now. That's a 54-point gap now to Zhou. So I think any lingering hopes we had of being able to compete for either of the championships is probably going to go up in smoke over the next couple of races. If we can get back into the hunt, it would be nice. We do still have more than half a season to go, but just, I think second place for Ferrari and overall would be the dream comeback for Ferrari this year. I don't think realistically we had any real shot at winning the constructors this year. We've bounced back as well as we could, but I mean, we're up against the monster that we created in both Oscar and Cadillac, and they are certainly doing the business at the moment, so never mind. We will be back at the usual time of 8 p.m. tomorrow for the next round of the championship as we head to Austria for the Red Bull Ring. That'll be a sprint followed by a race. What's the weather going to be like in that? It's going to be wet in sprint quali. It's going to be dry and warm in the sprint, and then dry and cloudy in the race itself. So that will definitely be DRS heavy. Might be okay for us. We shall see how we do. Not sure if we'll have a podium opportunity there, but we were a little lucky in terms of just how much people were burning out their tyres today. I don't think we'll have that same fortune at Austria. So I think a podium tomorrow is probably pie in the sky kind of thinking, but who knows? Maybe we can sneak another podium. I mean, we've got 4 podiums now this season. Joe's got 3. Fuji got his first podium tonight. So there's definitely the potential in the car. And then Silverstone will have a new underfloor for Joe, maybe for Fudo as well. We'll see what we can do at Silverstone on Wednesday. And Wednesday we'll go through training the pit crew as well. So plenty of stuff to come up and go through in the next couple of days. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow at the usual time. If you have enjoyed tonight's race, please drop a like. If you haven't yet subscribed, then consider subscribing to the channel as well. It's completely free. And if you are subscribed, why not make sure you hit that bell to be notified every time I go live. Until tomorrow, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.